I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Uncanny Avengers issue number 13. Will the second Civil War tear the Avengers Unity Squad apart, especially considering so many of its members fall on so many sides of this great debate? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So right off the bat, I was surprised by this comic when I discovered that the POV character for this issue and for this whole tie-in is actually Deadpool. It's surprising because Deadpool already had a tie-in comic to Civil War II, or, well, you know, tie-in as much as you can say for the Civil War II event where the books don't tie in all that much at all. You see, as we join the comic, we actually get to see Deadpool in the lead-up and aftermath of Hawkeye killing the Hulk. He pretty much riffs on the entire situation, going, oh yeah, let's all corner Bruce Banner and yell at him, because that always works out great. It even gets a little meta at one point with Deadpool saying, hey, I'm making great jokes here, why is no one paying attention to me, why is it like no one can see me or something? Now, Wade and Clint had become friends in the mini-series Deadpool versus Hawkeye, and I can only assume they stayed friends, you know, in between the panels and also in the backups of a couple Christmas specials. So, you know, Deadpool feels really bad about Hawkeye going to jail, and because of it, he feels he needs to break in and have a little conversation with him. Deadpool doing a lot of breaking and entering in Jerry Duggan's stories as of recently. If you read the Deadpool tie into Civil War, he broke into the Ultimates hideout, and now he's breaking into the super criminal prison known as the Cellar. Hawkeye is of course very distraught over what he was forced to do to his friend Bruce Banner, and Deadpool tries to deal with the situation in the way that only Deadpool can, and that is with humor. Don't worry, big guy, your first kill's always rough, but I'm sure if you stick with it and eat your Wheaties, you'll be killing guys like the Punisher in no time. Heck, the very dour Clint even says that he has a newfound respect for what Deadpool does and what it means to be an anti-hero like him, how you have to make really hard choices and live with them forever. Now, Deadpool wants to bust his buddy out of jail. He's got him a new identity and a bunch of cash for starting over. He even went out of his way to make sure he doesn't know what Hawkeye's new assumed name will be if he gets questioned by anyone else on the Unity Squad. Only here's the thing, Clint doesn't want to go. Clint wants to face the music for what he did. He wants to hand himself over to justice, and obviously if you've been reading the main Civil War II book, then you know he actually ended up getting off. This whole little exchange between the two is actually really strong. It's funny and sad. It runs the range of emotions. I'm amazed something like this wasn't actually in the main Civil War II book. It's so good. Now in the end, Deadpool has to let Hawkeye go, and the second half of the comic deals with Captain America, who has been called in by Medusa after Ulysses has had another vision of world destruction. This time it's Nate Gray, aka Cable, who Ulysses sees ending the world, starting a war that will envelop everyone, human and mutant alike. Steve tries to stop Nate at the airport before he can charter a plane trip. Cable more or less tells him that Ulysses is stupid, the Unity Squad is stupid, everything's stupid, and I'm gonna move whether you want me to or not, to which Steve acquiesces. Why does Steve let Cable go so easily after this big show of force in trying to stop him? I don't know. I guess this is still a Captain America who believes himself to be a Hydra sleeper agent, so maybe he thinks Cable starting a big war that kills a lot of mutants and humans would be beneficial to his cause? Maybe, just maybe, I'm kind of spitballing here. Later we find out that Cable has actually come to meet Rogue in an attempt to finally solve the whole Terrigen Mist crisis once and for all by finding a cure for the Team Mist sickness, but they're not alone. They've actually brought along some very, very unlikely traveling partners in the form of Toad and Sebastian Shaw from the Hellfire Club, who gets a funny line as the comic ends going, oh, does this make me an X-Men now? Uncanny Avengers number 13 was actually a really strong issue, one that used the Civil War II event as a backdrop to a pretty interesting story. In fact, Duggan, who is also the writer of the Deadpool book, wrote a better Deadpool story here, I think, than he did in the actual Deadpool book. It's like he got his papers switched around or something. Heck, I'm actually really excited to see what happens with Cable and Sebastian Shaw, which, man, those are words I never thought I would say. I'm interested in a Cable story? Well, sue me. Overall, I would actually give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.